In the state of New York, there is a small town called Amityville. From the outside, it looks calm, beautiful, and safe, surrounded by trees, rivers, and quiet neighborhoods. Life there seemed perfect. But right in the middle of this peaceful town stands a house that has become one of the most terrifying names in the world of horror, the Amityville House. It was a cold November night in 1974. The town was asleep, the streets silent, the air heavy with darkness. Inside that house, however, a nightmare was unfolding. A young man named Ronald DeFeo Jr. suddenly picked up a rifle and murdered his entire family. His father, his mother, 2 brothers, 2 sisters, all of them found lifeless, lying in their beds. The strangest part? Despite the sound of multiple gunshots, none of the victims screamed. No one tried to escape. Even the neighbors didn't hear a thing. Later, police officers admitted they were stunned. How could an entire family die so silently? It was as if some invisible force had taken over the house that night. News of the massacre spread across America like wildfire. In court, Ronald claimed that he had heard voices. Voices that told him to kill. Some people believed him. Others thought he was insane. But many began to wonder, was there really something inside that house? Months later, the property went back on the market. And this time, it sold for a shockingly low price. George Lutz and his wife, Kathy, moved in with their 3 children. To them, it was the perfect deal, an enormous house at a bargain. They thought the stories were nothing more than superstition. But what they didn't know was that they had just stepped into America's most terrifying nightmare. From the very first day, strange things began to happen. Cold drafts of air swept through the rooms, even with the windows shut tight. The kitchen filled with foul odors, and from behind the walls came strange, unexplainable noises. As days passed, the terror only grew stronger. George often woke up at exactly 3:15 a.m., the very time of the murders. One night, he looked out the window and saw 2 glowing red eyes staring back at him. Their young daughter, Missy, started talking to an imaginary friend named Jody. But Jody wasn't human. She described it as a massive, pig-like creature with burning red eyes. Inside the house, the nightmare escalated. Doors and windows slammed shut on their own. Dark, blood-like liquid oozed from the walls. Low growls echoed through the halls. And George himself began to change, his gentle personality replaced with sudden rage and violent mood swings. It felt as if the house was controlling him. Desperate, the family called in a priest to bless the house. He sprinkled holy water and began to pray. But soothingly, a deep, chilling voice roared through the room. "Get out!" The priest froze in terror, dropped his holy water, and fled from the house. The Lutz family's nightmare only intensified. Beds shook violently at night. The children screamed as unseen hands seemed to reach out from the walls. And the most terrifying moment came when Kathy awoke one night with deep scratches across her body, as if she had been attacked in her sleep. After just 28 days inside the house, the Lutz family fled, leaving everything behind. To this day, they have never revealed exactly what happened that final night. All they ever said was, it was not human. Afterward, the Amityville house became the subject of endless debate. Journalists, police, and paranormal investigators all examined it. Some insisted the story was a hoax, but others swore the Lutz family was telling the truth. They said the atmosphere of the house was unlike anything they had ever felt before. Books were written, movies were made. The Amityville horror became a worldwide phenomenon. Even today, the very name sends chills down people's spines. The house still stands in Amityville. Some say it's nothing more than coincidence. But others believe that inside those walls, something dark and evil still lingers. And behind every window, someone or something is always watching.